Hello viewers, welcome back to class. Now we have come to the session where we'll be looking at quadratic equation by formula method. So we have the very first question on the board, and don't forget that this is a continuation class. So if you are new in this YouTube channel, do consider subscribing to this YouTube channel and ensure that you turn on the post notification bell for more exciting videos. And guys, don't forget that one of our policies here is that you must not skip any part of this video for your own benefit, and ensure that you avoid every unnecessary distraction. And as well, if there is any part you can replay the video over and over again till you get yourself acquainted with the step-by-step processes of solving these problems. And as well, if you have a personal question, personal challenges that you want us to address, please, you can make it clear to us at the comment section below. All right, and ensure that you like this video, share this video, and make this our YouTube channel known to other students out there. Thank you. To the marker board and start working out the problems that we have before us. Now on the board we have question number 16. Of course, we stopped at question number 15 where we finally ended method of completing the square method, right? So now in this class we are continuing from question number 16, and in question number 16 we are asked to solve x squared plus 7x plus 10 equal to 0. Now, like I explained before, any method you use to solve any quadratic equation, you will always have the same result. Very important. Yes, you will have the same result. Yes, you will have the same result. Any method you use at all to solve any quadratic equation, you have the same result. But here now we are limited to what? Formula method. So we want to use formula method to solve this particular question that we have. So before, all you must do before you can solve any problems using formula method is to state the formula method before you start solving. And what is the formula method? Here we have S, so we are going to state that the almighty formula popularly known is minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Now, so the next thing we are quickly going to do is to remember the quadratic equation. Now, you will recall that quadratic equation expression is given as a s squared bx plus c equal to 0. So all I just need to do now is to compare this standard equation with the equation that I'm given. Are you there? Yes. It's just to compare this equation with this. Now, if I am to compare this with this, now all I do is to compare the first term to the first term. If I remove s squared from here, I remove s squared from here, the coefficient here is 1. Or what is in front of x here is 1. That is to say, the value of a is 1. So you can now therefore say here, a is equal to 1. Then I come to the middle term. If I compare bx and compare with this, it shows that b is plus 7. That means the value of b is equal to what? 7. So I don't need to put plus 7. Then finally for c, if I compare the constant term, I also come here, the one without s is 10. That means my c is equal to what? 10. So all we are just going to do now is to substitute. It's as simple as this. All we need to do here is to substitute. Now we come here, we have this as x is equal to minus, guy, what is b? b is 7. Alright, so we can decide to use bracket. Then plus or minus the square root of 7 squared. Then minus 4ac. Yes, this is 4ac. So 4ac. Now what is a? A is 1. What is b? What is c? c is 10. This is it. All over 2a, which is 2 times 5. Guys, it's as simple as we just have it now. Then the next thing we are quickly going to do is to start simplifying. Start simplifying this function, this equation. So I put down my x here, then equal to minus 7 plus or minus the square root of. Now guys, 7 squared means 7 times 7, and 7 times 7 is 49. So we'll put down 49. Then minus 4 times 1 is 4, and 4 times 10 is 40. Minus 40. All over 2a, and 2 times 1 is 2. Then the next thing we are quickly going to have is to have minus 7 plus or minus the square root of. Now, 49 minus 40, guys, that would have given us 9. So this will give us square root of 9 all over 2. Now, also, guys, the next thing we have is minus 7 plus or minus. What is the square root of 9? Understand that 9 is a perfect square, so the square root of 9 is 3, which you can use your calculator to check out. Alright? Now this is 3 all over 2. Guys, you are done with this question. All I just need to do now is to share this sign in two places. First is to have minus 7, then I use plus sign 3 over 2, or the second time I will now use minus the negative sign over 2. Don't forget that this minus 7 will not change. The only thing that changes there is the sign between the two terms. Are we there? Which is plus or minus. So first of all, take plus, which is this, then we'll take minus, which is this second case. Then the minus 7 remains the same. Then all we need to do now is minus 7 plus 3. We are going to have this as minus 4 over 2, or minus 7 minus 3, this will have given us minus 10 over 2. Then finally, guys, S will have given us what? Minus 2 or minus 5. This is the answer to this question. As it's as simple as this. So the answer to this particular question now is this. That is to say, minus 2 and minus 5 are the roots of this equation. So any other value outside these two values are not roots to this equation. So the only roots of this equation are these two values we just had. So if I substitute this minus 2 into this equation now, I am automatically going to have it to be 0. And if I equally substitute minus 5 here, I'm still going to have 0. But if I substitute any other value outside all of this equation will not turn out to be 0. So the only value that turns out a quadratic equation to be 0 is its roots. And every quadratic equation have only 2 roots. Now let's quickly look at question number 17. Okay, now guys, on the board we have question number 17. Now we are asked to solve 2x squared minus 4x minus 3 is equal to 0. So like I said earlier, the first thing you do here is to state the almighty formula, which is the quadratic formula, right? Now we have this as, recall that x is equal to minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Now we also recall that the quadratic equation is ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. So the next thing we quickly do is to compare this standard quadratic equation with the one that you are given. So when I compare this first term to this other term, the coefficient of s squared here is 2. That means a is equal to 2. So I can simply say where a is equal to 2, comma. Then when I compare the middle term, which is bx, with this, it shows that the value of b is minus 4. Yes, it's minus 4. So I'm going to have this as what? B is equal to minus 4. And the value of c, which is the constant term here, is minus 3. So I have it to be minus 3. It's as simple as this. The next thing we quickly do is to come here and substitute our values into this equation. And hence we will have this as x is equal to minus 4 plus or minus the square root of minus 4 squared minus 4a. Now guys, the value of a is 2 and the value of c is minus 3. All over 2a. Now that we have gotten this, the next thing we are quickly going to do is to simplify this. Now how do we simplify this? Now minus 4 times minus 4 would have given us plus 4. We have x is equal to plus 4 plus or minus the square root of. Now guys, this is minus 4 square. Minus 4 square is minus 4 times minus 4. And minus 4 times minus 4 is plus 16. Then we put down positive 16 here. Then also, we have this to be minus 4 times 2, which will give us minus 8. And minus 8 times minus 3 will give us plus 24. This will have given us plus 24 all over 2 times 2. This will give us 4. Then we are done with that. Then we move again to the next step. This will give us 4 plus or minus. Now, 16 plus 24, guys. This will have given us 40 all over 4. Then the next thing we are quickly going to do is to find the square root of 40. And of course, we know that 40 is not a perfect square. Alright? Yes, 40 is not a perfect square. To leave our answer in decimal points. So all we just need to do is to find the square root of 40. Now, when you find the square root of 40, there we are going to have 6.3245. Yes, so we are going to have 6 plus or minus 6.3245. Because the square root of 36 is 6. So 40 is in between the square root of 36 and 49. So that this is the square root of 40. Then all over 4. The next thing we are going to do is to share the middle sign for the figures at the numerator. So I'm going to have plus 6.32 over 4, or next we use minus 4 minus 6.32 over 4. Guys, 4 plus 6.32 will give us 10.32 over 4. Or 4 minus 6.32, this will have given us minus 2.32 over 4. The next thing we are going to quickly do is to divide 10.32 by 4 and also divide minus 2.32 by 4. Now, all I need to do now is to have this, but you can still follow me up as we solve it together. Now, the first thing is to divide 10 by 4. How many times with 4 enter into 10? That will give us 2. 10 times 2 is 2 is 8. So carry 2. That 2 you carry add it to this first number here. We are going to have 23, which is the first number here. Now, 23 divided by 4, we are going to have 5, which is 4 times 5 is 20. So we have put down 5. Now we carry 3. Now this 3 that we carry, when we add it to this guy, we are going to have this to be what? 32. And now 32 divided by 4 will give us 8. We are done with this. Or, please, like I said, calculator can do this for you. Then the next thing we are quickly going to do is 2 divided by 4 cannot be 0. So when I carry this to add it to this, it's going to give me 23. So the same thing that happens here will happen here also. So this will be 23. Now 23 divided by 4 will give us 5. Remainder 3. Add the 3 to this will now be 32. So 3 plus. When you add this to the 3 you carry to this, it will become 32. Now 32 divided by 4 is 8. And this is negative answer. So this is our answer to this question. Like I said, you can use your calculator. Alright? Very, very important. You can use your calculator. So the square root of 40 is this. When we add this to this, we have this. And when we remove this from this, we have this. When we divide this, by 4, we have this. When we divide this by 4, we have this. So we have only one question to solve to end this aspect of formula method. Alright? So let's solve the last question we have, which happens to be question number 18. Now guys, we finally have question number 18 on the board. Alright? Now we are asked to solve 5y squared plus 9y minus 2 is equal to 0. And now we put down our solution, repeat the question. Now, the first thing we will always do here, guys, is to state the quadratic formula. And understand that here now, we do not have x, we have y. So in place of x, we are going to replace it with y. It's as simple as this. So all the quadratic question must not necessarily be x because we derive the formula in terms of x. So now that we have y in our equation, all I need to do is to replace x by y. I record that this is equal to minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Alright, this is it. So instead of having x here, we put y here because this question came with y. So it must not necessarily be x. If here is m, just to put m there. Any alphabetical letters that you have in your question is what occupies here. Now the next thing I'm probably going to do is to state the standard quadratic equation in terms of y, no longer in terms of s. Of course, in terms of s we have it here. So in terms of y now we are going to have it as we call that the standard quadratic equation is ay squared plus by plus c is equal to 0. It's as simple as this. So if at all you even have m there, you now replace x with m. If it is r you have there, it's just like that. So we now have this. So this is the standard quadratic equation in terms of y. Are we there? So all I need to do now is to compare this first term to this. And I will see that the coefficient of y squared here is 5. Another way you can also do this to get this coefficient is to equate ay squared, equate the first term to what? 5y squared. That's how you do it. Just equate the first term. Equate the first term here to this one. So y squared cancel y squared, a is equal to 5. So I can simply come here and say where a is equal to 5. Then what is b? I will also do the same. I will compare the middle term to the middle term here. So I'm going to have by is equal to 9y. Y cancel y. Then b is equal to 9. Then I have b is equal to 9. Then finally c I equate this to this, C is equal to what? Minus 2. That's all. All I just need to do now is to come here, pull down Y is equal to minus B is 9. I decide to use bracket, then plus or minus the square root of now 9 squared minus 4 times A is 5 and C is minus 2. All over 2 times A and A is 5. Guys, it's as simple as this. All we just need to do now is to simplify. And now, minus times plus 9 will give us minus 9. Okay? So this will have given us Y is equal to minus 9 plus or minus the square root of. Now guys, 9 square is 9 times 9 and 9 times 9 is 81. So put down 81. Then the next one, minus 4 times 5 is minus 20. And minus 20 times minus 2 will give us plus 40. You can use the calculator to just multiply out everything that you have there. So this will give us plus 40. All over 2 times 5 is 10. There we have Y is equal to minus 9 plus or minus the square root of. Now, 81 plus 40 will give us 121. Then we have 121. All over what? 10. Now, all we need to do next is to what? Find the square root of 121. Of course, guys, 121 is a perfect square, and the square root of 121 is 11. That means 11 times 11 is 121, right? Now let's go. Then this would have given us minus 9 plus or minus 11 over 10. Then finally, all we need to do here now is to put down Y and split this what results by first taking positive sign at the middle term, then also now take minus. Then we have minus 9 plus 11 over 10, or minus 9 minus 11 over 10. It's as simple as this. Now the next thing we do is to remove 9 from 11. So minus 9 plus 11 will give us plus 2. Then this will have given us 2 over 10, or minus 9 minus 11 will give us minus 20 over 10. So finally, guys, Y is equal to, now 10 cannot divide 2, but we can simply find what? The common factor between 2 and 10. Of course, 2 can divide itself to give us 1, and 2 can divide 10 to give us what? 1, to give us 5. Therefore, this will have given us 1 over 5. Or now, 0 take care of 0, and 2 divided by 1 is minus 2. So this is the root of this equation. So guys, we'll call it to an end here. At this point, we have successfully solved about 3 questions using formula method. And I believe with these 3 problems you have solved together, you'll be able to solve millions of problems on your own. I assure you that if you truly know the principles and the step-by-step process of how we solve these 3 problems together. So I wish you all the best. Go out there and solve multiple problems. Now guys, all you need to do is to look out for question number 19 and question number 20. Now question number 19, we are quickly going to solve one question using all the methods of solving quadratic equation to solve one method in question 19. Then question 20, where we'll be looking at construction of quadratic equation. In that case, we are going to solve more questions also under construction of quadratic equation. Now guys, I love you guys. Please don't forget, if you are new in this YouTube channel, do consider subscribing to this YouTube channel and ensure that you turn on the post notification bell for more exciting videos. And then do not forget to like this video before you exit this video, and ensure that you share, like, and make all your necessary comments. Love you. Love to see you in the next class. Please, you can check the description below where you will find the link to the next tutorial class. Love you guys. See you in the next class.